out here hanging out. Got my Australian Shepherd Luna, little Cavapoo cheese nugget, and he's my service dog in training currently. It was originally River, but he's showing more natural. He's just catching on a lot better. Let's put it that way. Hey, no chasing the kitties. But I just wanted to kind of come on here. Oh, she just flicked water right in my eye. Oh my goodness. And just kind of talk about a little bit of dog training, but just kind of things that have been kind of going on. I know a lot of things have been going on in the world, and everyone's going through things personally. And had a rough couple weeks, so I haven't really been posting much, but I figured I'd go ahead and post a video, just kind of saying hi. We're out here in our, kind of technically our backyard, but across the road, our front yard I should say. And I know there's a lot of, as far as the dog training goes, I know there's a lot of different dog trainers out there, especially more recently, that are posting videos and trying to get their content out there. And I'm going to be focusing my training this way by posting videos. I had another client that I took in to help them with their reactive dog, and unfortunately they didn't want to follow anything. There was no communication between owner and the person that I was in contact with, and I did not find out until later that there was no communication, and by the time the dog went back, it just was not going well. So I'm no longer going to be doing board and trains or taking dogs in. I'm just going to work with people either at their house or meet at a public place like a park, somewhere local. That way I can still help, but I can't be taking in every dog. River is already my first board and train. They paid me for a week, and after a week we were supposed to see where the owner was at, and the owner couldn't keep her being gone for 8 to 10 hours a day, and River unfortunately was destroying their rental, so I ended up just keeping her, and she's been fantastic. So unfortunately the dog that I took in, I know I'm kind of going off on a little side tangent, but the dog that I took in this last board and train did not get along with her, River, right here. He got along great with this little guy and pretty much everybody else, but they asked if I could keep him permanently, and that was one of the hard times where I've had to say no, just because I didn't want to put my dogs in a situation where they were going to be uncomfortable and stressed, and I was potentially going to be stressed because I can't let my dogs live how they are used to living, and I did not want to bring in a dog that was going to disrupt their peace. And I normally would have no problems doing that, but because he didn't get along with River here, and at the time she was supposed to be my service dog prospect, so I was starting to put work into her, and she still does work. She does a lot of deep pressure stuff for me, but not enough for me to consider her a therapy dog. She's more, I would say, an ESA with the added benefit of the pressure. Here's little cheese nugget. He likes to play in the water and try and catch things, so we'll watch him while I talk for a second. So I just didn't want another case where I knew this dog was not going to be able to find another home. I was his last really home, and I told them unfortunately just wasn't something that I was able to do, and that they did have time to get things ready and set up for him to where they wouldn't be back at pretty much square one. But that being said, I am focusing my training on service dog work, so I am staying away from these two girls that are up here playing, staying away from training the general public and just going to focus on my passion that I've always wanted to do, which is to help other people. And unfortunately, I'm closing the door on this chapter of training just because it's not working out well, and I don't want to cause myself stress and more anxiety over not being able to help due to the owners thinking that just because I train them, they don't have to do any work, and that's not the case. So he's going to enjoy standing there, and these two are going to start running around playing. But that being said, my content is going to be mostly myself training, mostly little cheese nugget. Our training sessions aren't very long usually, just because like I said, I was working with this other dog, and he was, no chasing the cat. Good boy. You go chase the puppies. Be careful. He usually doesn't chase them down here because there's too much stuff for him to get stuck on. So he watches, but he thinks he can go chase one of our cats up there, Pumpkin. She's hiding. But yes, my channel's going to be mostly focusing on service dog training work, just so that way I can document the sessions as well as eventually get my name out there in that way. And he's actually doing really good. He likes my daughter a lot more. My daughter played with him a lot when we first brought him home. So we're still working on kind of not rebonding, but I'll say rebonding a little bit just because he was all about her. And my new girl, Eclipse, a German Shepherd Shih Tzu mix, she's definitely a mama's girl, but she needs a lot of work with her anxiety, so we're taking things slow with her. She's not down here because she's still working on a recall, and I don't like to use e-collars too much, especially with her. They don't work well with her. So I didn't want to bring her down and not be able to control her. So she stayed home this time. They're going to play a little bit, and I will post videos with River and the deep pressure stuff that we work on. Like I said, she's not a dog that I'm going to take out in public. She's a great candidate for a therapy dog, or I'm sorry, a service dog. She has the temperament. She's great with other people, good with other dogs. I haven't taken her out in public yet just because I haven't gotten her up to date on shots. This is only like the first month I've had her, so she's due for her next set of shots and rabies, so we're getting that done in the next week or so we can start going out at least to Petco during my once a week trip there. I have reptiles, so I need to get crickets, so we go there once a week at least. So I'll be taking her, as well as Cheese Nugget, since it's a pet friendly store. I can take both of them. I can work on his outdoor manners, even though he does well. I just haven't taken him out in the public too much just because we don't really go out much, but we're starting to now that we're moved and settling in more. She's great with the dogs. That's why I don't worry too much if they do chase her. All the dogs listen really well when I call them off of the cats, but it's definitely not a habit that I allow. They're wrestling behind that bush, but I'm definitely excited for this new chapter. I'm happy and glad and thankful that I found an avenue that I really love and I'm passionate about. I've prayed a lot about it. I've definitely given it to God a lot because it is something that's major for me. I'm not one that takes things lightly, especially with training dogs. I take very seriously. It's just, like I said, unfortunately, it's just not going to work in the way that I had hoped and wanted to. And after, my cat's going up the tree. after praying about it a lot and talking to even my husband, we both agreed that going a route that I've always wanted to take would be a good avenue. So I'm going to go that route, and I'm not going to talk too much about it just because I don't like talking about things too much before it actually happens, and it's kind of in the beginning stages, but I'm really excited about it. And she has a GPS tracker. I ordered a collar that fits flat and just waiting for it, but for now I had to make it work on her normal collar, so that's what that is. But I'm really excited. I'm glad that I finally pinpointed what I'm wanting to do long term with dogs. They're a big passion and part of my life. They always have been and always will in one way or another. So I figured I have 3 that will all excel. I was trying to say success and excel at once. Still waking up from my morning coffee, but they'll excel in different areas. So we're gonna work on a few different things with each of them and see where they go. They're all fairly young. Luna is only gonna barely turn 2 this year, so I plan on doing agility with her, but waiting until she's 2 to start doing the jumps and stuff. So we've been focusing on the obedience and such. She's been doing well. I have to do a little bit of e-collar work with her. I don't usually, but when she gets a little, what I call sloppy, I tend to do a bit of e-collar work with her like once a week, and that usually tunes her up a little bit. So we're gonna do a little bit of e-collar work with her. Cheese Nugget, he's going to be a year old this year. So like I said, we just worked on the basic things. Now we're working on task training. I'm doing basic things. He's catching on fairly quickly, so I'm happy about that. I was concerned about his size being as small as he is, especially being in public, but I think he will do all right as long as he doesn't get too anxious. We'll see how he does. If he doesn't do well, then we will continue to build up his confidence, but I have no worries with him. He's a good little dog. And then with her, we'll probably do some scent work with her. She really likes doing that kind of stuff, so maybe we'll do some tracking. I think she'd enjoy that, along with, like I mentioned before, just doing some deep pressure work. And she's going to be my main focus, so just really training her and having her be kind of my demo dog for my training. When I do train other people's dogs, I can bring her with me and have her just demo things, and she's a well-rounded dog. She's trying to eat that. River, you can't eat that. Girl. But she just, for a Husky Australian Shepherd mix, I'm going to get her DNA tested, but that's what I was told. She's a fantastic dog. She's one of the easiest and chillest dogs out of the 8 I have. I mean, I can't say enough good things about her, so I'm very thankful that she's as easy as she's been. But I just wanted to hop on here, post a little video. I don't normally do this, but I need to step out of my comfort zone this year and post more videos. So now that I have a main focus and I can break it down a lot better and easier, so we'll do little weekly videos and updates of training progress and just little fun videos. I had to take some time off to kind of figure out what I wanted this channel to be as far as training content. So now that I have a better idea, I will definitely be posting more content. But I hope everyone has a great Monday, first day of the week, start of the wonderful week. And don't forget, God loves you. He's with you at all times. And have a great day.